back to Girl Talk. Welcome back to Girl Talk. Welcome back. What's been going on today?
What hasn't been going on today?
Actually, you told me something interesting today.
Yeah.
That really, caught my attention. Is that a bit easier?
Yeah, but I was looking at you.
Yeah.
No, you can put it down.
No, I actually prefer it up.
You want to look at yourself.
But it's better to be able to see sort of how you're looking. Anyway, I can cut that bit out. You look a bit subconscious. You got red.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, why are you so subconscious? You maybe not.
No.
You look really good, Ashley, by the way. Yeah, I like what you've done with your hair and outfit. This is a great
You know
style.
what? I didn't even need to tease it. My hair's so curly and thick on its own that I just basically did a ponytail.
Especially the front. It's really
Yeah, you can have some of my hair.
really crazy full at the front there. But in any case, there's a story you told me earlier today about the girls at school who were getting in trouble for having their skirt be too short at school. And they were actually, the punchline was that they were actually being sent home. Like, rather than make it longer or whatever, or give them another skirt, they were being sent home because it was too short. And it prompted me to think, well,
it's distracting to boys.
Well, yeah. Well, firstly, the problem was I was like, how long is how short is too short, and who exactly had the problem with it that they were sent home?
Well, the dress that I'm wearing now, for school, is probably too short. When I was in school, they said that it had to be below the knees, but that's way too long. So
yeah, because
I guess a little bit above the knee, you wouldn't get in trouble. But I've seen them where they're really short like that,
so,
little cheerleading skirts.
So they're shortening it on their own. So they're doing the school uniform and they're making it shorter.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think that they should be sent home because their dress is too
short. Well, that was an extreme measure.
Especially because it's restricting to boys. I don't think that, boys should be taught that, it's okay to get distracted by a girl because otherwise you'd rape her or whatever.
Do you think that it's something that the girl should just have the liberty to wear it as short as she wants, and it's up to the guy if he's getting kind of provoked by that? That's sort of his fault, or do you think they're actually wearing it shorter in order to get the reaction that they're getting? Well, but see, that's the thing that I'd be interested to discuss with some guests on the show, to see what was the actual reason behind wearing it shorter. Was it to get that reaction, or are they just, they're just practicing their own liberty? They can have it as short as they want, and somebody else has a problem with it. That's sort of on them.
I think that, especially, I don't know, in schools, it's a bit more, because they're younger, so they're used to being told what to do by the teacher and their parents. But, in general, when they're a bit older, I think they should be able to wear whatever they want and not get harassed by anybody.
Do you think there's sort of a line where they can wear it shorter than normal and not really get a reaction, but beyond a certain point?
Are we still talking about just schools or just in general?
Well, the thing that came up was in a school uniform.
I don't know, personally, I think it's a bit, why should the girl get sent home? I mean,
that was the extreme measure. That's what I thought.
They could have just said, wear a longer thing tomorrow, or given them something else. Or told them to put on pants or something. Or you have to go home because, it might be for other reasons, but one of the other reasons is the thing that I sorted out was specifically, distracting to boys. So I don't agree with that. I think that even if it's short, in schools because they're younger, the teacher will probably say, you need to.
That's a good point.
I think it's up to the teacher to say, really you should wear a different uniform, but I just think, I don't think they should. Maybe they should be reprimanded, but definitely not sent home, especially because that's just teaching boys that, it's okay if she dresses like that. I'm allowed to be provoked by that when, it's not really good for them.
Oh, it's sort of it says you should have a problem with it, otherwise you didn't.
Yeah.
And how old as well were those ones? Because was it year 12? Were they 17?
I don't know, it was between the ages of 12 and 17.
Okay, because if they're younger, then that probably shouldn't be so sexualized. So maybe it's allowed.
Yeah, with 12s, they say 12s, girls who are 12 years old but dress slutty. I swear I saw a group of 90s the other day. They were dressed. That's what I called them. They were dressed slutty, 17-year-olds. but they had the faces of like little children. I was like, okay, they were too short to be 12. So I was like, holy crap, they're not even 12, and they're just, you know, dressed like that, and they're walking around the shops like by themselves. And you know how when you're a kid still, but you think you're all grown up because you get to walk around the shop instead of by yourself, just with your friends, like not with your parents. And they're all like, I'm so cool. But they got like handbags and mobile phones and friggin' like shorty shorts with their bottoms hanging out. And it's like, okay, if a girl has a good body and she's of age, I'm all for that. But when they're young like that, no. Like, under the age of 16 is too young to be dressing like that. But the thing that's interesting is they've all got these like fully developed bodies with like boobs and hips. I didn't have that when I was friggin' 12. Oh, speaking of overdeveloped girls, this I was talking to this girl that I met online, and she seemed pretty cool. And then like I'm like, oh, you know, so what are you up to? Oh, she's like, oh, you know, just studying. It's like, oh, so what do you study? Oh, I'm at school. I'm in year 11. And I was like, oh, you look a lot older. I thought you would have been in uni. And she's like, oh, a lot of people say that. This guy who was 22 asked me out because he thought I was like 20. And I was like, well, how old are you? Oh, I'm 15. But she had this giant rack. And I was just like, what? Like, am I, like, I'm freaking 20. Are my boobs gonna grow more? Like, I feel ripped off. Like, it's not fair. And I said, oh, you're so lucky to, you know, I didn't say it in those words, but, you know, have such big boobs. I said, oh, you know, when I was your age, I was still in a training bra. And she sort of got my gist by what I meant. And she's like, yeah, my friend said they're almost as big as a head. And I'm just, like, jealous. And she's, like, got them bouncing around under a little school top. And, you know, I don't think I even wore a bra half the time to school because I was, like, the flattest one there. It sucks. But, like, I'm noticing, like, girls that are, like, 12, 13, 14 now, and even in some cases, like I was just talking about, younger, where not only are they dressing like, you know, like a slutty teenager would, but they're developing, like, a lot sooner than girls did 5-10 years ago.
What do you put that down to?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea, but it just, I don't know, maybe I just wasn't paying attention when I was 15, but like when I was like 13, 14, 15 in high school still, but the girls, none of the girls in my school really had big boobs, and like, you know, they were still sort of growing at that age, but these girls have like fully developed bodies, and they look like they're 20 years old, and then they're like, but then when they open their mouth, it's like they're still a kid. And it's like, oh my god, you're so sweet and innocent because the guy hasn't wrecked you yet. Yeah. So that's what happens to girls, like, especially like teenage girls. They're so cute and innocent, and like, but then as they get boyfriends and then they have heartbreaks, and what are you doing? And you tell me not to look at myself. I told you to put it.
It's like a mirror. It is. No, keep going. Don't let me distract you. That's so myself. You know, the thing with having Kurt Coleman.
You're worse than me. Oh, that guy.